Hello and welcome back to my channel.
Don't be afraid.
Sorry
to
about the
make
late
mistakes.
start there,
It's
3
all
minutes
part of
late,
the
not
learning
that bad, but
process.
still a bit annoying from my end. But yeah, I was trying to sort some stuff out, trying to do some self-promotion. Alright Ethan, how you doing? Gosh, you are on it, my friend. Love it. Loving it. That one's good. That one's good. Alright. So, I've been doing some... Oh, Fontaine is fantastic. That whole court case thing was very interesting. Very interested into how that leads into the greater issue on everything. Like, you know, what the big country-threatening threat is. Very interested to see where that goes. I don't know
if you press a leaf between
I've done any
sheets of
exploration.
paper-
I did, however, do all the picture-taking quests, which means I had to do some exploration. I didn't do much actual treasure hunting. I just kind of went from spot to spot and tried to get all the area uncovered, which is... Yeah, this looks very daunting still. Like, obviously, it ain't Sumeru, but it's also kind of Liyue. At least it's got separate areas, eh? I mean, you can easily cover these islands and try and get them all done. Is that a dragon's head? Is that a fucking dragon's head? Yeah. It's another bloody serpent thing. Cool. Bones and shit. How did I not notice it before? I don't know. Wasn't going around that way. But, yeah. So, obviously, we are going to be carrying on with
Attractive
the
and handy bookmark.
Act 2 now. And I don't know how long this is going to be. According to Twilight Princess Midna, she said that the Act 2 was the most boring bit. So, I don't know. I don't even know how many there are. I remember there being the thing somewhere, but obviously it isn't activated yet. So I don't know what... I don't know how many acts there are actually going to be, because obviously we knew in Sumeru there's going to be 5, because it has 5. But we see how it goes. Hang on. I know how to check. Little secret interface spoiler. That's Act 5. Okay. There are 5 acts. Because you never get this character story for the fucking Archon until you've done all the stuff. No way, no how. Act 5. Act 5. I'm gonna guess that she's the what's her face? The hi Midna, how you doing? I'm guessing that she is going to be the Fatui, the father, the one that, you know, is in charge of the home's half or whatever it's called. I'm guessing, because she's definitely a Fatui. So, yes. Fascinating. So yeah, Act 2, Act 4. Yeah, we got 5 bloody acts to get through. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get these fucking done before I have to go back to work. Because I won't have as much time then. So let's go. Hotel de Bois. De Bois. De bed.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
I can hear a dog.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
So that's a lasagna,
Of course.
some sort of
Go
pork
ahead,
roast,
try whatever you
a
like.
turkey leg,
If the food's
and
good,
some
I'll
sort
make
of
a
pie.
group reservation for the rest
2
of Spina di
soups, I
Rosula
think?
next time.
Is that 2 different
And
soups?
if it's not?
Well,
It's not the best
then
looking food in
I'll
gaming,
still
but
bring
definitely pretty
everyone.
goddamn good.
albeit with only 1 dish per table.
Yeah.
Why are you... Oh,
Sure
why
have
isn't
your own
it?
way of doing things.
Hold on.
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
There we go.
True. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
We haven't even eaten the ones we've got yet. It's still there. Please, for the love of God, show a empty table.
Cases,
Fuck.
do you think that the mastermind behind the
Okay,
serial disappearances will get caught
It's
soon
cakes and
now
stuff,
that
not
this
the
has
same
all
stuff.
happened?
That's
Well,
good.
We've certainly taken a big step
Cupcakes.
forward. But
That was the same
I
shit
feel
that was
that's
on with
about
the
it.
the
We
ham.
know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women. But
Why
we
though?
still don't know what they are really after.
Nope.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
And why only young women?
Right? Yet it was
Does that have
because
something to do with the
this
Archon?
was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh.
So obviously the Archon is appearing to be a young woman, so...
We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
Yep.
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk
How's
are not
everybody doing?
all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
All the
Seems
Archon stuff is
Paimon
done.
thought things
I
were
wasn't going to do
simpler
any of
than they
the
actually
non-voice
are.
acted, oh shit. I wasn't going to do any of the non-voice acted world quests, because that would have just been...
I came here several
fuck.
times with my father when I was little. But
Damn you.
in that case...
Ooh, everything looks
Yep.
so good.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's...
And if it...
Well,
Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal.
Oh,
Yep. Bloody Reese. Oh, some of these things are so long.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the
Pretty
mastermind
much.
behind the serial...
well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
If it hadn't
Also,
happened-
if I want to get
Right?
the Archon
Yet it
quests
was
for
because this was
Fontaine
such a
done and get ready for
preposterous notion
Natlan,
that the
I
investigation could never really
would like to
move
try and get
forward
that done
before.
before I have to go back to work on Monday.
If only that
Because
guy
I don't want to have
could've
as much
finished
time
speaking.
to stream.
We were
So, I want to
close
try and get
hearing who was behind it.
Genshin not out of the way, but ready as soon as possible.
In
Pretty
such
well, I'm not going to quit the game.
investigations,
I'm going to
even the
clear
smallest
everything.
step can seem
You know,
like
I'm going to
a
get as much
yawning
stuff as I can,
chasm if the trail
so
of
that I can
clues
go
is cut
into
off.
5.0 with as many
To be honest,
many attempts to get
I don't
Kazuha.
have high hopes for any follow-up
But as
that
it
the
is,
authorities might
yeah.
conduct. It's not that
I can get
don't
back to
have
doing
faith in their
variety
ability.
streaming then,
It's just
until
that
Natlan comes
a
out.
different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective.
Definitely,
A
yeah.
shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rose... Those highfalutin folk are not... It's all right. Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
So, you can definitely see the improvements as you go through the expansions, right? You can see how MiHoYo, or Hoyoverse, whatever, definitely learns from their mistakes and updates it. I just wish they could maybe go back and fix the earlier places as well sometimes, rather than maybe adding yet another area to the current one. Like, they could just give us a bit of work on the old stuff so it's a bit more streamlined, because I play Zenless Zone as well, and my god, Zenless Zone is so simple and smooth compared to oh yeah, well, Mondstadt is tiny now. Definitely, like, they could rework Mondstadt and add another area, couldn't they? Easily. They could easily add another area whilst reworking Mondstadt, for sure. But everything's so much easier in Zenless Zone Zero that, like, the leveling system is easy. I mean, it's still, like, time consuming, but it's not nearly as non-dependable as Genshin's farming is. I mean, my main thing I want to be fixed is I played the Summer Tide Scales and Tails, right? And during that you get a a compass-like item that allows you to find all the chests and stuff. The main difference between that item and the way that the compasses work is that the compasses only point you to chests. They only put... Oh, fuck off. They only point you towards the actual chests that are physically there in that moment. They don't take you to anywhere where you can do a chest. Where you can activate something to begin a chest, like, challenge, right? But they do with this Summertide Scales and Tails item. But I just wish they would apply that to this one, because then, god damn it, it'd be so much easier to find everything. Like, still have the compass be, you know, a level 9 thing, but just make it a bit more useful. But that's what that's my main difference.
We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it.
Oh, I
anyway.
hope so.
I see.
It wouldn't be that hard,
So,
but I guess they'd have to
your
go through every
primary
single bit
objective,
and add that,
which has been foiled so
you know,
far,
bit.
was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina.
That's what I want,
you'll
at least.
be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah. We've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well,
would
the
you
current
consider
ones still
some
do the same
more,
thing, so
unique
they only take you to
ways?
chests.
Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Yeah.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas.
I wish there was a way
What did
for
you
me
have
to,
in
like,
mind?
put my info into the interactive map and just be like, these are all the ones you haven't gotten yet. You know? Like, I put my information, it scans my data somehow. Like, even if I have to, like, even if I have to download my save data and extract it off my PS5, put it on the PC, upload it to the site, and then it'd be like, this is what you've got, this is what you haven't got. But I doubt that shit is accessible to that. I don't know. Like, I'm guessing Hoyoverse probably don't have that as accessible information.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate
I'm just
the
guessing.
performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Yeah.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
I bet it does.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
But yeah, I mean, unless you actively track every single chest you find, as you find it, and tick them off every single time, it's not as useful. Which, yeah, I'm not
Alright,
doing that.
Here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
Navia, you're insane.
I can personally testify that this one works.
Why is everyone
When
in
I'm
Fontaine
sleeping,
just so
I'll do
quirky?
anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
That's not leverage, that's
Alright,
blackmail.
no more joking around.
And it's slightly kidnapping.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally.
Don't get me wrong, I like
I
exploring.
imagine that
But when
she
it comes
feels
down
quite
to that last,
ashamed
like,
about the whole thing.
2% of stuff,
You mean
it
that
just
if we
becomes
catch
so
her
hard
while
to
she's
find
on
that
a
last
break,
bit.
She might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like
Yeah,
to
the
order
oculi
another?
are...
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so?
Oh, fuck off! That's such a... Oh,
I came
no!
here several times with my father when I was little. But
Oh, don't worry.
In that case...
The other thing is I wish that we could skip cutscenes.
Ooh, everything looks so good.
Why, of course. Go ahead. Try whatever you like.
It's just such a long
And if
cutscene.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, we called this a...
Oh.
Speaking of cases,
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward.
if it hadn't happened...
Right? Yet it would... In such investigations, even the small... To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities... It's not that I don't have... It's easy to go... Which is exactly why the Spina... Those highfalutin... Let's talk about something else. Like,
That's true.
I've heard that there's a long line of...
What I find interesting is that there are 277 oculi, I just checked.
One way would be to
Both
infiltrate
in
a performance
Fontaine
troupe. I'm sure Lady Farid
and,
would be eager to see the end.
Sumeru.
Right, I can
But obviously,
personally testify that
Fontaine
this
is
one
a bit
works.
smaller than
When I'm
fucking
sleepy,
Sumeru. Especially with the desert and all that.
All right. You did defeat her in court, clearing
It'd be a lot
citizens
easier to
of-
find the
mean,
maximum
But if
that
we
you need.
catch her out, why don't we give it a try?
Huh? No, it...
Alright.
Is that so?
You always end up with
If
one
we're all
more.
finished eating...
Yeah.
It keeps disconnecting, and because when you disconnect, it just starts to...
Oh,
Finally.
full.
Yeah, it disconnected
I can
again.
barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... Hey, Navia! What...
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready...
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina... in any case.
See ya!
Flippin' heck. That was annoying. Yeah, how many levels are there again? 10. 10 to each Statue of 7 set. And I think I'm at about 7 on Sumeru right now. I believe. Hang on, let me look. Yeah, okay, now I'm level 6. Damn it, never mind. Got a long way to go. I need 32 right now, and I have... Ooh, 15 to go. Yeah, not bad. Can finally max out the Dendro Traveler's constellation with that lot. And I'm almost level 25. Almost level 25 with the Tree of Dreams. I haven't even started on the fountain yet.
Keep up.
Oh, you got Emily. Nice. Yeah, it is a giant onion. 9. Ooh. Chat are away.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Again with the vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache.
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 Hey, why are you still looking towards it? Huh? Hang on.
There's something in the water.
Voice. It's calling for...
There are no
Vache,
bodies in
right?
the water.
Hey, Traveler? Stop walking!
Vache.
Wake up!
Are we gonna drown ourselves? Fuck this bitch. Fuck this bitch in the asshole. I hate this kind of... I hate the Oceanids. The Oceanids suck. I hate them. I hate fighting them. I hate talking to them. I hate hearing them. This guy can fuck right off. I am not helping you. I'm out of here.
Vache. Are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who
Ah.
am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away.
Oh,
like a
fine.
flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide.
I shan't judge a
being
whole
recovered.
species by the one person that annoys the
much
shit
have
out of
I
me.
lost?
Fine. Maybe I was
How
being a
many
bit
things
racist.
that I
All right,
once
I'll
held
stop.
dear while on land have I? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water.
It's not that it's a
I also
hard boss
remember
fight. The boss
going
fight
to
is
many
very easy.
places. I
Right?
loved
Unless you get the
adventure,
fucking birds.
loved
Birds can just be a
exploring places of peril.
piss take. It's just that it's a fight that's
No matter
very
where I
annoying and
went,
takes longer than it should
Vache
because
would go with me.
it doesn't need to take away the goddamn
I knew
panels.
how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now,
Yeah, I have no trouble with doing the
can
fight.
no longer go.
It's just
No.
most of the most annoying ones.
Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing Perhaps that is so.
So are we just helping people now?
As I was submerged in the waters,
Huh.
losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer.
Ugh.
Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving. If anything,
Interesting.
I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's farewell then.
Alright, so... Fascinating.
Wake up! Come on, hurry!
What the fuck?
Navia's outnumbered!
Why?
Demoiselle, look out!
Yeah!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Why are they gone crazy then? What the fuck?
Chlorand?
Oh, thank God. She's on our side. For a second there, I thought you were in trouble.
Quick, now's our chance!
Yeah! I don't know. Davia seems pretty cool as well. Woohoo! Oh, that's awesome. That was a fantastic cutscene. More of that, please.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
You
I
know,
believe
shit.
that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak
Yes.
of my
Fight,
father.
my pretties. Fight amongst each other.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong
Create
enough.
content.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
Engagement
I believe
is
we all wish
mine.
to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
I love her assistants. They're just great.
What else do you know? How did you
Oh,
come
confidence,
to the conclusion
I'll
that
call
I'd be
them.
in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm
So,
shocked
hang
to
on.
take them the
I
song
just
to
realized.
act against me. And what
Yeah.
about these garter mechs? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
That's certainly
I can
interesting.
only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them
That was a
via
lot of them, though.
illegal means,
That was a lot of them.
employing them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and
No?
do not act rashly.
I don't think
I
so.
will continue
Is that the guy-
investigating, no matter what.
No, I can't remember.
We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! I thought we were done for!
Why did they attack now, though?
Those Gardamex came
Right
out
when
of
we were
nowhere
just
while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved
Talking
us.
to a weird ocean lady. Ghost
Oh,
thing.
and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
So it's definitely not the Fatui involved this time, unless it's a... Because obviously Father is not involved with this shit. He has another plan, which is to save. So it's definitely got to be some other faction, either a different set of Fatui that's different from Father's group, or it's going to be some other faction within Fontaine. Hell, it could be the Abyss Order for all we know. But this doesn't seem like something that Fontaine, that the Abyss Order would do, though. Then again,
Oh,
is anything?
come now.
Nothing makes
Forget
sense.
all that polite talk.
They're all crazy.
That wasn't really
Everyone's
a
crazy.
farewell meal we had back there. Not for me,
I'm
anyway.
crazy.
In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such,
Probably.
we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed to...
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake. After we parted ways, I was on the way back that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Yeah, it was.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So,
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Shit.
yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Oh.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for...
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did
But
this
you
left
can't even
no
get people to
trace at
test
all.
it, though, unless they're not
That's
from
when I
Fontaine.
figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process.
This is going to be so
Speaking
interesting.
Of which, Did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
I actually don't think so. I think it was just bad timing on that end.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro?
Or
when
maybe
it's
that is
used
the
on
case.
People who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? What?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important.
But how are we going to find Vacher?
Vache.
Vacher!
That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But
Yes.
he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean...
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try
They fucked
not
with us,
to
we'll
look
fuck
quite
with
so
them.
pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds
I
as
just got him.
partners.
And
But
I must say,
we'll take that one
very
step at a
interesting.
time, I guess.
His whole
Don't worry, you two. With us
Kit
around, our base is
revolving
definitely
around
secure.
using his own HP to make more powerful attacks, meaning, like, obviously, the intent there is to have him have as much HP as possible to do more damage. So, yeah, I've had a bit of a mess around with him in my last stream. This is fucking cool. Just... Yeah, I mean, it seems like you'd want to buff both anyway. I don't know. That's just what I got from the general, like, gist of his talents. But, you know. Oh, I can upgrade some of these. Yes, that's really good. That's really cool to see. Yeah, I was looking through the constellations, and yeah, I can see how it evolves. And that's what I find so fascinating about the Traveler, right? Is that the way that they can set up his constellations mean that they can actually do it. That they build it so that the constellations you have to get, so they can make the constellations more actually useful rather than just a nice addition, because you don't have to depend on getting the constellations to get the best character, you know. So they can work in the constellations to a much better level. Like, we are going to max out the constellations. Anyway, over here. I don't know, he seems interesting. I probably still won't use him much, but he's at least interesting.
It's right up ahead, but...
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's
Yes.
continue, Traveler.
This newer system thing, does that apply to Hydro characters that aren't from Fontaine? Because... yeah. Because... let's have a look at my character selection. Yeah, okay, so then I don't have any Fontaine characters that are water other than Hydro. Yeah. That might be an issue. Oh. Oh, chest. That was a lucky spot. Where am I going? That way. bit goes down, down. Interesting. Down, down. That was funny. Oh. Why are we down in the sewers? Oh. Holy crap, this city's huge. This is the best city we've had so far. This is better than some fucking, like,
So,
other cities in games.
this is
God
your
damn.
face? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone.
Huh.
But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better, but
Your father...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
no. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this
That's
is
good.
something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
Not heard of that
3
yet,
years
but
ago,
whatever.
he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm
I'm
sure he
sure
was set
we'll,
up. At the time,
sort it
I
out
believed
by the end of
that
this.
if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
Alright, so you don't have to die in the arena.
3 years later,
You just have to lose
I
and give
still
up.
don't understand why he did
Right.
that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his
No
death.
wonder she wants to sort it out
so
as much as
that's
possible.
why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
Yes, Paimon, we got that already. We figured it
That's
out
right.
without you.
I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death.
Yeah.
You really are a handful.
No, but hang on.
Aren't you, Papa?
Fuck that shit. At the end of the last act, we had fucking Lena and Lynette talking about how the time she almost got sold into sex slavery. This is not for kids. Since when is it for fucking kids?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all,
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait,
Yeah, I
if
guess.
Callus was such a good man,
They're very
wouldn't
subtle about
people
it, I
at
guess.
least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel
Yep.
was
that would
Miss Clorand.
that would definitely give us a bit of
Her?
yeah, that makes sense.
Then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Yep, that would definitely
Yeah.
create
That's not the
an
sort of thing
awkward
that you can just let go
an
and
awkward
move
feeling
on
between the
from.
two
Miss
girls.
Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel.
'Cause yeah,
You
it
don't have
is
to
like
force yourself to do that.
Afterward,
He
Miss
obviously
Clorand
technically
told
committed
us that
suicide
at the start of the
by
duel,
essentially choosing
Master
to die
Callus
against
requested that she ensured
a
Mademoiselle
much
Navia's
superior
safety.
opponent.
Yes,
So yeah,
that
it's a
is
bit,
our
it's a bit of an
understanding
interesting
as
little
well.
situation brought on by a very interesting
Oh, Papa.
culture
What madness drove you to ask the person who
So-
killed you to take care of me?
within
All
the
right. Anyway,
confines of that culture
that's
that
the
she's obviously
information I
part of
wanted
and
to share with you.
is fine with.
Even if it did sound
has
like
to
I was just
struggle with that idea
complaining
that, you
towards
know-
the end. Thanks.
Like, how did you become friends with
You
the guy
two
who
should go and rest.
technically killed
This
your
was
dad?
quite a day after all.
Literally did kill your dad, but also technically didn't.
Paimon,
Yeah, it's a strange one.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly. Whether it be this won't do.
Oh, that's even worse then, because that's... yeah, whatever. I could tell they were at least, you know, familiar beyond
so
just,
well.
oh, you're the,
This place
you know.
feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back.
Why wouldn't she want to do that?
But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you...
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Yep, that's very useful.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept
Just
by
that,
Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place
Navia
where detailed
and
files on
Clorinde
all the
were
cases in recent
friends
years are
before.
kept.
It's a
If
small
the
detail. One that...
Osuna you met is one of the young women who went missing recently. We should be able to find some related information there.
Yep.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
So it's hardly the thing that'll give you a timeout
No,
for, don't worry.
it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
You.
Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Well, when we finally get to Natlan and we start doing that adventure together, we can all experience the new stuff somewhat at the same level. Whether you'll be actually watching me when I do it, or if you're doing it on your own, that'll be the difference. But yeah, be a bit harder to spoil me then. I just want to see what Traveler gets for Pyro. I just want to know what the deal with the Hydro Archon is. Why is she so flighty and interesting about like her
Halt!
you know.
Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great
What? No,
discipline,
no,
too.
no, you can't do that. No, hang on. Sorry, you can't do that. That would be no. You just get Pyro whenever you hit your first statue of the 7. It's not like the only time I can make hear that making sense is in Snezhnaya, where it's like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to give you the power, as if they are actually in control of that shit. I bet they fucking aren't. If they're not in control of visions, how are they in control of giving power to the Traveler? Because if they were, then Raiden probably would have taken away his electro ability. But yeah, ooh, that would be annoying. Maybe they just don't want to spoil his like kit or the way he looks, which obviously is just going to be everything in red. I don't know. Well, anyway.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point
Not long
you
now,
towards
only like
the
17
exit.
days or something.
Unlike some, we're busy. So please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few
Big
days
talk
ago?
come from
We
someone
were
not
at the
wearing
trial
trousers.
Of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
Love you, Navia. You're great. Maybe.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance
I
to
mean,
you.
there's got to be some.
So you're not mad
I mean,
at us?
definitely, like,
We're
as
looking for a
the
man
areas
called
go
Vache.
forward,
He
there's
may
definitely
have
more
been an
interesting
eyewitness in a
types
serial
of
disappearances
puzzles
case.
and
If
interactions.
we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
I think, like, you know. Yeah. Same, kind of.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Strange enough, I found Electro
Unfortunately.
Traveler to be quite boring.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in
Oh
my
fuck.
memory.
Oh god damn it. Oh fuck. Is Vache a dog? Is Vache a dog?
Trevor,
No.
what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our
Okay.
leave now.
I don't know why I had that thought for a second. I thought, like, oh, if they don't have records here, and they might not be an actual person because they don't have records on people that aren't people.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have
Holy
changed
shit, Navia, this is
everything.
intense.
There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
I have gotten very good at using the combination of Kokomi and Tainari to create a shitload of
Navia,
what are those little dendro reactions called? That blooms. That's it.
I'm fine.
Create a bunch of blooms and then just explode all of them with dialogue, and it has been
Rain.
very good, very useful.
It's raining.
I'm almost
You're
thinking
right.
about switching out
Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be
Bido
any active trials
for
today. How
Zhangling
strange.
and having a different setup,
Now that I think of it,
especially
on
when
the
I'm
day
just
my
focusing
father
on
was
attack.
convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Because the only reason I have good reason to bring around Bido at the moment is because of obviously needing electro reaction for certain puzzles.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That
I mean,
thought
my
has
current
occurred to
setup
us before.
with
We've
Dendro,
even expanded
Pyro,
the search area to try to account for that.
Hydro, and
Didn't
Electro
find anything
is
of value.
basically how everything's designed for Samira in the first place. Because you've got a bunch of fire interactions, you've got a bunch of electro interactions, you've got a bunch of water ones, and then a bunch of Dendros. And that's all you need. I've never had to switch to anyone else. I haven't needed anyone with Geo. I've needed a couple. No, actually, no, I haven't. That was all in the chasm. I don't know if I've had to have anyone with a Nemo or Cryo. I haven't needed anyone with Cryo in ages.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain?
True.
Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner.
I mean, I finally
You're
maxed out
completely
Tainari
right.
today,
How did
and
I not
I'm
connect the
now
dots
out
earlier?
of resin.
All right,
No fractured,
let's
no
go
nothing.
to Poisson. With this new
The
lead in
only
mind,
thing I got left
we'll
until
get
I
to
earn
the
it through
bottom
other
of my
means
father's
is
case for sure.
daily
Yeah,
stuff
we're
now.
gonna
So
make progress
progress is going to slow down a bit on terms of
Do you want to go with me
character
now?
building.
Or do you want to head over by yourself later? Great. Let's go
I could
then.
get some better artifacts for him, but since I'm going to be going to get bosses done for the characters I got now, that'll come naturally as well. And he's not. Go. So I now have 6 characters at level 90.
Let's go gather some samples.
His current stats are pretty good, I think. I could get some better artifacts, really, but for the most part, not too bad. They would. Oh, damn it! Obviously, these are just ones I get from bosses, so it's a lot harder to grind them. Yep. Yeah, go on. Yeah, I know. So don't level them up, but so ascend them to level 90, like do the last ascension, but just don't level them up, yeah? Okay. Okay, I got you. I mean, I've got plenty of stuff, and I'll get more. But yeah, I get what you mean. You want to save it until you're knowing you're going to keep using them. Yep. I mean, that's the thing is, I do really like Tainari. He's very useful. I love his kit, and he's a cool character. So, I don't... yeah. We'll see how it goes. That's cool. Alright, be right back. I need to pop to the loo. My hourly drop. See you in a minute. Yeah, I kind of get it. Why have you done that? Whoop. Yeah, I kind of get it because like the stat bonuses from having from 90 to from 80 to a 90 is not massive considering how much of a book investment you have to do. So I can see it being if it's not your main DPS dealer, what's the point? You know, just for that like extra little 10%. How do I get that Oculus? Please? Ah! Oh, you... Oh! Oh, you fuck! You... Oh! Ah! Fine. God damn.
Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Not gonna lie, I have Noelle. I have her at level 80, and I was like doing the Ruined Serpent boss, trying to get some materials to level up Yalan. Just a little bit, at least. And, whoo boy. I hate that fight. Apparently using Geo is really good against it. I don't know why. And I was like, oh, I can switch Travis to Geo. That's easy enough. I obviously won't have any good shit for him, but he'll have something. But goddamn. Yeah, that fucking fight is annoying. Dive, dive, dive! Oh boy. What are those? I'm not running out of... Oh. Oh, okay. That's bloody fantastic. Okay, that's great. That's just absolutely fantastic. This is so much better. Make this a thing everywhere. Fucking swimming everywhere else is so annoying. Just do this everywhere else. Oh, that feels fast. This is bloody brilliant. Can it be Tivat's thing? Swimming is the worst. And there's enough places where you have to do a bit of swimming to get to where you need to go that I just... Yeah. But this feels great. This feels absolutely fantastic. I understood when I come here there's going to be some underwater shit. It already explained that there's going to be underwater shit. I was fine. Alright. But my god, this is so much better than I expected. This is fantastic water exploration. I was not expecting it to feel that, honestly, fluid. That is nice and smooth. Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually... I'll check next time. Straight up then. Melus, my main man.
Melus, we're back.
They definitely do get better with every country and every area, and it's noticeable. It is very noticeable, and it's great.
That you still had some business at the court.
But again, it just
What
makes you
brings
really
you back
wish
to
that they'd go
Poisson
back
so
and
quickly?
change, you know, the old stuff as well.
About that, it's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Melus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us
Yeah.
a bit more about what happened before?
I get that,
Yeah, of
and
course.
yeah, I mean,
Many
you don't
years
have to
ago,
do as much
something
swimming
called synth began to gain
in
popularity
other
in Poisson.
areas.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely,
So it's just
you'll
booze
experience
then.
flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was
So alcohol,
compelled
then?
to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield.
Good
Not
on him.
only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning,
Yeah. Alright.
so he could
That's
never
good.
get
That makes
anything
sense.
out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation.
Oh my god, I
Recognizing
hope that's
that,
the actual, like,
My father
explanation
decided
for
to
that, because that's
contact the
brilliant.
dealers
That's
in
absolutely
secret
bloody brilliant.
and cultivate. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a
Absinthe.
banquet at his countryside estate.
Absinthe.
Planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was
Jacques.
already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the
Yes!
scene.
That's the best sign of it, isn't it?
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene.
This is
With
the
one
downside
extra
of
person, we'll also need to reconsider why
slowly
the 2
getting
shots
bigger,
were fired.
is the increase of that shit.
You're right. We still don't know what happened.
Oh well.
But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
I should really
Jacques
work on my
was an
Streamlabs and get
empathetic
that
man
proper
who was infinitely
Streamlabs bot
remorseful
set up.
for his past actions.
But
It's
I'm
unlikely
lazy.
that he turned
So
on Boss
very
with
lazy.
zero warning. I think this third person is probably
And
the
set for
key
Discord.
to the full
Oh.
truth.
So much stuff to
On
do.
that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as you're and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace,
Poisson!
and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
It's so
If
weird how
that's
this is
indeed
whole
what he wished
very
for,
English
then
and
he
very
should have
French at the
told
same
me that
time.
himself. Was I not the closest person to
It's
him?
almost Canadian.
And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the
Yeah.
point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by.
I'm gonna guess
Nothing has changed.
that the reason that he kept on with the duel and let himself be killed is because the organization in charge of Synth and all the absences. No, absences and absinthes. Absinthes. The absences from the absent simps. I don't know. Yeah. I bet they threatened him to allow himself to die, otherwise that they would kill Navia.
Did
I'm
he
assuming.
think I'd just accept
That's
his
what I reckon.
meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take
I mean, if
this
you've seen
on.
what we did with the other countries, we've done
So
very
you
well.
do know
We're very
something else,
capable people.
Maloose.
We get shit done. We
Yes,
sort
I
that
do.
shit out.
In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all
We
the
are the main
tensions
goddamn
to the boiling
character,
point
son.
was the revelation that
And we are
you,
here to fix
Demoiselle,
things.
had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he
All that.
had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had
Okay.
no more than 5 years left to live.
We also helped out with
And
all the
serial
guns and
disappearances case
getting all
caused
the,
him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve
the Adepti
this
together,
long-standing conflict.
having everyone come. Like,
But once
you know,
he passed
we
away,
were still pretty
all
integral.
the danger would pass on to you.
If anything, Jean-Li's shit was a
Knowing
side
all
story.
of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public.
Alright, so yeah.
If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No. I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
I guess.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what
I
if
think
was
you're reading
never
this a bit
able
wrong.
To make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
Exactly.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case,
I mean, I wouldn't put it like
he
that.
really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Huh. Maloose, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where Synth is produced.
Holy shit, that's actually really
Essentially,
useful.
it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades.
We have fought against immortal gods, centuries-old villains, and an order that has existed since the destruction of Canria. a bunch of assholes who's only been around for a couple of decades is barely a blip on our fucking radar, son. Although I'm going to assume that they're actually, you know, in league with a higher power as well. But yeah, I think we can handle it. I think we can handle it.
There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Yeah, no. The spear, yeah.
Seems my father really had no
Nevia
choice.
and her crew aren't
But
the Mafia.
things
The Mafia
are
is whoever's in
different
charge
now.
here. They've got
It
their
should be a
fingers in
lot
every single
easier
fucking
to
pie.
prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here.
Yes.
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up after several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
That was actually a really cool trick. Like, say what you like about Elon Musk, but that was a good trick that he probably didn't come up with.
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
I almost wish they put at least one person in that was like, oh, he just turned up. He just turned up. And that would obviously be a red herring, because it probably wouldn't be him, because that'd be too obvious. But, yeah.
Of course.
I wish they could put one, like, you know,
you've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Oh my god! We've got another case record going on. Holy shit. This is Ace Attorney. Fuck. There we go. And jump, and fly. Fly. Right, where are we going? Over there. That's down there. And hi, baby. Kitty. Kitty.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me, and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Mm.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized. I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what
don't
he
like
had
that.
done.
That's
But
not the
Mama,
answer.
why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me.
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really
Dollar
similar.
bills, y'all.
You really think so? That's the first time
That's why I
anyone
need
said
just
that
8
to
more
me.
followers, and then I can start making money as well. Not a lot of money, but we can start. I mean, we can start. Might get ads on my channel. Ah, blimey.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and
I don't know
Uncle
if,
Marcel in the city.
I know there's a system with the
I'll get
YouTube
myself
money
together
where it's
on the
like
way.
they won't actually pay you
So
until you've made
please
a
don't
certain
worry.
amount, and then once you've made that certain amount regularly, then you'll start getting paid like monthly and shit. I don't know what Twitch is like, whether it's be like, you've earned a penny. We won't pay you until you've earned £5. Because, sorry, no, it's not intentional. So I have no idea what the system's going to be,
Greetings,
but
boss.
obviously there's
How
still
may I be of
bits
assistance
and
today?
subs and
I'm
all
sure
other
you've
ways of
heard
making
about
money.
what happened at the Opera
So,
House.
you know.
Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Not to mention, I think, I'm going to guess that the algorithm for Twitch probably prefers channels that have an ability to make money,
It also reminded
much like
me,
YouTube does.
on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation.
He shot at the shooter.
Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he... About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned.
Okay, so he wasn't shooting at the shooter
Do
then.
you think there was a...
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malouf
Yeah.
told me a thing or two. So, I think
Yeah,
I
that
can
makes sense
understand
though,
why
right?
he
'Cause,
committed
like,
to the duel.
There's no way
I'll
that
tell you everything
he could get out of it
once
any
the
other
whole
way
truth has
other
been
than the duel.
revealed.
Him choosing to die was just a thing of, you know,
I understand.
I'm dying already. I might as well
I'll leave
die
Mr.
trying.
Callis's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callis the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callis, even after so many years have passed. But
doesn't
was
help that
Mr.
his name is
Callis's
Callis.
trust that allowed me to
Not
rise through
obviously
the
spelt
ranks
the
of
same
Spina
way,
di
but
Rasula
it's still kind of
and live the life I lead
sounds
today.
off.
No matter what
You know?
others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Okay, so far, he's pretty reliable. I'm going to guess we're going to ask all three of them about that event, and we're going to have to find which one has a little bit of a different story. That's what I reckon anyway. That's what I reckon, isn't it? Alright, normally already have the little metal bit, I swear. Or maybe I'm misremembering. Also... Huh. Yeah, that's what's confusing me. I've been hopping around Leeway and Inazuma a lot, so I've seen the completed versions a bit more. God, they look good when they're finished. Bloody fantastic, don't they? Hydro, got the hydro. Right, no, we're not talking to you. That's a long quest that's probably not going to be played on stream.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news
I
of that
reckon
already.
He's the most likely
okay.
suspect because it's already been proven that he has...
I'm also a member of the guards, you know.
The
way you make it sound,
the group
people
has
would think
infiltrated
I
the
was
guards,
sent off to Poisson because
and he's
I had
not a
done
part of
something
Spino de
wrong.
Rosa. He's
Are you sure there
he's
isn't a
basically
little bit of truth in that?
an informant slash
Under normal
confidant.
circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something...
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or...
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so...
I'm starting to think there's like going to be some sort of secret organization that's part of this whole thing that is just completely new, completely unheard of, but been squirreling away behind the scenes, doing all sorts of shit. Because this whole synth and dissolving liquid has got to be more than just drug runners. Oh, it must be.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him. Sure. I will let him know right away.
Ah, Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing,
Because
right?
French!
The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away.
Exactly.
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace
Why don't they
that
just call it
Callus sought so
primordial
dearly
sea
will
water?
soon become a thing
Water
of the
from the
past.
primordial sea is
But
just
rest
a
assured,
bit
Navi,
too long for my taste.
Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, if anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Oh dear, excuse me.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on...
About that. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
I honestly don't know who to suspect properly. I'm going with the Garda guy just because it makes sense that they already have fingers in the guard, and so it makes sense that he would also be part of that whole thing. At the same time, that is obviously the obvious one. So,
how about you take
but they all seem very honest to me. They all seem very honest and true. I'm almost thinking that they're all red herrings, and it's Silver somehow. I don't know why. I'm ever so slightly worried, because it's better not be Melus, because that would be just horrible. But I'm almost starting to think it might be Silver, in a way, because like all these three guys are just complete red herrings all over. But this ought to be interesting.
We've talked to all three suspects.
Purely... None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
That's what I said.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have
God, I
needed
hope
to
we don't have to do any
investigate the
tailing
case for
missions.
so many
I
years.
fucking hate tailing missions.
Even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, He already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But without... Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamek, it's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you
That's their
think
fault, isn't
he
it?
knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Florent? Probably not. Thierry is the only one who can actually... He knows how to dispatch him, but he doesn't know how to control him, but he's just saying that.
Thierry, you say? Huh, but... I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with... If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that...
Oh! Marcel has lots of money. Florent is part of Spiro di Rosula. Right? He is part of that. Marcel runs a shop of his own that obviously Callus fronted a lot of money for and happily makes lots of money. So, he has lots of... No? Am I going the wrong direction with this shit then? Ah, fuck it, I'll go with Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though.
No, I haven't mentioned
After all,
Clorinde.
Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
Clorinde, whatever it is.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth?
Okay, so...
Florent?
Florent, then, I guess.
It is, but... As Spina di Rosula's advisor...
So you're saying he's...
Exactly. He can't. Who could it be?
Okay, so there was no guessing it now, then. There's no guessing it now. Why did you make me go for the options, then? Ah, fine. I still reckon it's Marcel.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle
you.
Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair, and the suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there we need far more solid proof.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
What?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Is that...
Yeah, we know him.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the Syria disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Wait, how? None of our...
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
That what?
Right. Because they'll think they've already found
I mean, they've already tried to lay it on the Fatui by having
And it'll be a lot harder
Linny and
than to
Lynette
clear Mr.
fucked over.
Callus's name.
I wouldn't be surprised if they move on to Tartaglia somehow.
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand
Well,
the
Linny and
decisive
Lynette are
evidence
part
to
of
me.
the Home of the Half, or whatever it's called. And so yeah, I'm assuming Father is around somewhere. I know Father is going to be what's her face, the other Fatui that's on the character list. That is
I'm
obvious.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you...
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our
God, they're so
assistance.
goddamn stylish.
It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going.
Man, we are just getting teleported out around a lot in this act, aren't we? Why are we? Yeah. Alright. It's gonna be underwater, isn't it?
Huh. According to Malou's info, the synth production base is underwater.
Woo!
Let's go and try to find the
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if you haven't actually done any bloody Okay, so we have what the hell? Abilities of the transiochic, source water, and xenochromatic creatures. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. Are you dead? Or are you? Oh, okay. Ooh. Let's dive, let's go. Oh, alright. Alright. That's fine, cool. Activate! Ah, fuck you. Okay. I got ya. I got ya. Recovery orb. Requiring aquatic stamina. Cool. Crabs everywhere. The resilience and vitality of Fontaine grass. Okay.
Finally found it. Huh.
Well,
So this
controller,
is the
so
entrance that leads to the synth
I'll figure it out.
production base. Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably
okay. That's fine. Then it's probably gotta go to Traveler then, because that's the one with most HP right now.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr.
Other than
Tartaglia.
Kokomi.
Do
Kokomi's
you
pretty high as
accept the
well.
charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right?
But you
In
don't
which
have your
case,
vision.
as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding
I mean,
back.
so far, it doesn't even seem
Real
that difficult.
disappointing.
Traveling underwater and fighting underwater.
Don't you
So,
understand? You're
we'll see.
currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
You can use those OP builds in the other 90% of the game.
That's not what I
You're not
meant.
lacking for uses for OP
Alas,
builds,
it
are
would
you?
appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this
Don't
trial
get me
is to
wrong. I
determine
love
the
the
culprit
idea
behind
of.
the
I
serial
like big
disappearances
number as
case.
well. You know.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your beat, but that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your...
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside
Okay,
for now.
that makes sense.
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Oh, hey again. You haven't been on in a bit. How's you doing? I'm gonna go with Marcel. Marcel!
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the
yes.
charge also means taking on the
Oh,
legal
well,
responsibilities
good thing I
associated
stream at
with
night,
it.
innit?
And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this
I mean,
man?
going forward, once I get back to work on Monday, I'll be streaming from 11 instead. So, that's good timing then. That'll be about, if you're on, I don't know.
Yes, I do.
In that case,
I would if I
declare
got
the
her.
charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take
I'll
your
definitely
places
pull
on the
for her
court.
when I can, alright?
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect,
fight my
wouldn't that
pretties.
make everyone
Fight
at that
over your
banquet a suspect
waifus.
as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can
We're
explain my charge and
wasting
reason.
time here.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Oh,
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Yes.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead,
he had a
chose
cool
to
eye
prove
patch.
his innocence
I
through a
love
duel.
it.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Fuck me, that's cool.
These are the known facts about the case.
Okay.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger.
85 crit.
In truth, the third
Is that
person
85
shot
crit
Jacques
rate or
first
85 crit
and was
damage?
shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that,
Oh, I
the
see.
true
Crit rate,
culprit
crit
turned
damage.
a
Sorry.
third person
I'm
into
misreading
red,
that badly. Crit rate,
erasing
damn.
all
85 crit
traces
rate.
of him from the scene.
Holy fuck. That's
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor.
that's insane.
Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time.
I mean, obviously it's not
However, we
100%,
should
but that's
revisit
like
the case
most
now
of
that
your
we've
damage
gained
will
new
come as crit.
information about the
Fuck
abilities
me,
of
that's
water from
insane.
the primordial sea.
With 2,350 attack. That's... Well, I finally got Yellen, by the way. I pulled Yellen last... When was it? I can't remember. But yeah, I've got Yellen now as well, so I'm working on building her right now. Why the hell does she have to have 2 boss items to farm? I have to farm the Ruin Serpent's item, and then I have to farm water, hydro crystals from whoever I want to do, which will probably end up being Hydro Cube, because I hate doing fucking Oceanid. Yeah. Right. Dust junk first stuff? What? This stuff is up. Oh! Oh yeah, that's on there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I might not have any say so. Okay. Okay, that one's blue, that one's not blue, blue. Or blue, wow. I've already done a few, I've only done like 3 or 4 actual fights with him, because I was using... I've ran out of, because I was still finishing up, Kainari, so I literally had to do like 5 fights against the, oh, what's he called? The mushroom horse thing. So I finished that. I've only had like 3 or 4 fights against Ruined Serpent so far. But yeah, when I have all the Serpent items from that, I will definitely have a lot of Geo left over for Navia. And then I'll have to... Again, Navia's another situation where her items come from 2. The fucking... Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. Whatever. Let's figure this out. Alright, Okay. Okay. On the day of the murder, Spina was Nope.
Something.
Nope. Okay. Let's keep pressing it until I find the right ones. Alright. So I don't actually have to match anything with this one. God damn it. Oh my god, 100 crit rate. Woo. Okay. Callus did not carry a gun. Nope, okay. Nope. Okay.
Pile of. But now, since it was raining.
Nope. Fuck it. Can't be asked to figure this out. We just go. Fuck it, we bowl.
The testimony, however, unfortunately. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder.
Don't get lewd in my chat.
Is the true version of events.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial
Travelers
sea
in like the
is an
secret
important
underwater
secret for
base.
the true culprit of the serial disappearances case.
Apparently.
My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire
So yeah,
straits,
we just
and
hopped
his
underwater,
reputation
went to the
had
entrance, and
already
now we're
been
doing this
shattered.
shit.
He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined.
You've killed a lot of people, haven't you?
Passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an
No need to appeal.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
I don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, hang on. What? They wouldn't let us get to this point, would they?
No. It's...
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
He's obviously not the one in charge,
check
though.
The date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my
the
border
game wouldn't
entry
have
records,
carried
or
on
ask
if
my
we accused
friends
the
and
wrong
family
person to this
when I
point,
left
would it?
Snezhnaya for the first
Like,
time.
We wouldn't have gotten to this point in the story and the accusations and the processes if he wasn't the actual guy.
Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navi will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
Yep.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things.
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by
we're not accusing Marcel of running the whole thing. We're just accusing Marcel of being involved in the murder.
People who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Mars? Is it a man named Vache?
Oh. Huh?
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Oh, interesting.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Vache. But who is Vache? Oh, bloody hell, that was jarring. Okay, guess we're going. Marcel is Marcel Massot. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Oh, okay. That's useful. Ooh, technology. Big bada bill. The only problem I have is that the cooldown for jellyfish is not the same as the cooldown for Tanari's bomb. That is unfortunate. But it works. Doggies. Right. So, kill them first. No.
The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Just... not that moment. We'll do that later. Ah, fuck. Okay, so I'm obviously still very new to everything. So obviously when I use water and then I use dendro, I get the little seed pod things, the dendro blooms, right? So is that the only way to make them, or are there certain dendro characters that then create them anyway without the need for any water? Is that what I'm correct? Is that what you're saying, or am I misunderstanding here? Okay, so you do have to use water and you do have to use... Okay. But it's still going to be easier with Emily.
Paimon thinks we need to go
She can
up,
hit with
but
dendro
Paimon doesn't
without
see
being
a
on the
way.
field. Okay.
Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
And then obviously you can hit with fire to make, you know... Oh, down again. grab one of the... Ah. Different ability. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay. So Emily is specifically made for Fire Dendro. Alright. Good point. Cool. Well, I'm unlikely to get in a heater anytime soon. But Emily is right here, right now.
This is still a ways away from where we need to go.
I mean, by the time we get to 5.0, I should still have enough Primo saved up to get enough wishes to get him as well. So I could try and get Emily now. I just won't be able to, because like I'm trying to work on Yelan, then I'm going to try and work on Navia, and then I'm going to try and work on Kazuha. So I got a lot of characters I want to work on, innit? Because they're cool. Yeah, I don't really know Navia. Yeah. 18 days, 15 hours, till 5.0.
Nip that in the butt.
Didn't really get you, did I? You're stationary, that's annoying. Aim that way and burn. Yeah. Hello. More. Come on then. Build up. Ooh, stun. Big boom. Yay. Up we go again, rising the water. I mean, alright, so here's the problem, right? Looking at my characters, right? I have Tainari as a Dendro, I have Dialect as a fire, Kokomi as a water, Baido as an electro. I don't have any high level ice. I have Rosaria and Kea. I could build them. Let's have a look. So, yeah, that's not what I did. What? No. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. Cool. That's good. So I only have 2 ice cryo guys, right? I have Rosaria and Kea, right? No, I really didn't. Yep. I'm very... Ooh, hang on. I do have... Wait, why are you down there? Wanted it sorted by elemental mastery, not level. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, and I've got Aloy. Use Aloy. If I'm gonna be honest, like, how'd I put this? No, I can't explain. Right. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm lost as anything, man. I'm just very, very lost. You know? I barely have an idea of what I'm doing. I've kind of just got the characters I've got, so by level. Yeah, it's literally all of them. They literally are just one page of characters I've got. So, I mean, if I plan on getting Kazuha when he comes around in 5.0, then, you know, that's kind of the character I want to get just based on character, not based on utility, I guess. Right, what's 5.0's banners going to be? Because I think there's rumours around it's definitely going to be Kazuha and whatever it is. Okay. Alright, I'll leave it then. Well, apparently... I will admit, like, I'm not, like, super focused on it. I'm just kind of wanting to be able to have a... At the moment, I kind of just want a team that can allow me to explore the areas without having to, you know, take too long to fight. Because that's the problem now, is I'm locked into World Level 7, and fights take ages right now. It's getting better the more I actually build my current team of Tainari, Diluc, Kokomi, and Bido. It's definitely getting faster. And now that I figured out, you know, Dendro builds. Plus, if I put Zangulin on, I get the 25% attack bonus. But anyway, whatever. You know, I just want a good team to get around with, and beat everyone as fast as possible. Because at World Level 7 or 8, which I put on for bosses and such, you know, I just want to be able to have a good team for going around in and not having to worry about taking too long to fight everything. So I'm not, like, aiming for Abyss yet. I'm just aiming for fluidity of moving around so that I can get everything cleared out and then start focusing on team. So apparently 5.0 is pretty certain to be free of the so it's going to be Meluani, which is a Natlan character, Kazuha, Raiden, and Kinich is apparently 5.0's banners. Yeah, Bido is very clunky. She's literally just there for the electricity buff on her burst, and doesn't do much damage. She's just there for the buff. But I like that. Diluc is just a heavy hitter right now. I've got just good enough stats on him that he hits really hard, and no one else has come close so far for me. So you know, his artifacts just ended up getting me a lot of an attack and a lot of crit. Like, the physical damage bonus is great. Look at that fucking massive thing. So he hits like a truck, and obviously the prototype Archaic has gotten up to refinement rank 4, so that also does a fair bit of damage, although not with as much regularity as I'd like. So, yeah. Until I make someone stronger than Diluc, it's kind of going to be focused around him for now. You know? Plus, yeah, his skill and burst activates pyro combos very well. Ooh, technology. Well, that's the thing. Yes, I want to use whoever I like. That's obvious. But I also want to be able to travel around the areas and kill stuff quickly, you know? Because there's been some fights, especially when I'm in World Level 8, where I am just there for like a good 10 minutes, taking out everyone, especially if it's like a big guy or a Ruined Sentinel or anything like that. So I do kind of want a team that's fun, but also lets me kill people really quickly.
Guess we can rest a bit.
Yes.
I hear everything.
Like, I do need to replenish my buffs a little bit, but I have tons of food. So when I'm having a particularly difficult fight, especially if it's a time trial or something like that, then yeah, I will use food, buff, and all that stuff. So I have got, obviously this one is my main attack buff, which I need to replenish quite a lot. And also I bet there's probably some better ones that I need to use. But yeah, I you know, I use these, and then if I'm having a particular difficulty, I'll use them again. And I even have like a few flame oil for doing that, but yeah. Adeptus Temptation. Okay. Is that the best one, is it? I'll have a look in a minute when we get back. Ah, you bitch.
One with the force.
Oh. Bunch of stunners, these bastards, aren't they? Oh, mob. Ah, shit. I didn't think I could fall off. Oh, shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Bad dog. Like, even now, I'm not probably being the most efficient, you know, player in the world, but this is just taking way too long for my own comfort. So yeah, I'm not the best player in the world, but even I should really like to be able to do this a lot faster. Whee! Are we still underwater, or did we come up in some sort of building? I'm very confused about this.
Whew. After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
This place is a shit pile.
As expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help
Do I have Adeptus Temptation? Yeah. You can't see recipes from here, can you? No. Ah, we'll look when we get out of here.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea.
I mean,
and use his
obviously, like I
theory
said,
as
it's
a
been 3 years
foundation
since I
to
last played,
achieve a
and
breakthrough.
at that point, I was
experiment was a
just
failure.
touching
No
the abyss,
managed to
right?
resurface
And once I
from the
realised that
water
I
from
could
the
only get so far
primordial
with the team I
sea.
had now, then I started working on a team.
Female specimens
And then 3 years
22
happened, so, you know, it's been a while
and
since,
24 were dissolved.
you know.
Sorry,
That's pretty
Traveler.
dark.
Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon, how can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest.
Sociopaths.
Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he did all of these experiments.
You're trying to bring them back?
Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
Oh!
Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
Oh, that's so cool. So the Oceanid that we talked to is the one that he's trying to bring back, which is why she said to stop him from doing all this, because he's killing more women to try and find a way to bring her back.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case...
Holy shit.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth?
Absinthe.
Yep, it's super
Apple
obvious.
synth. Absinthe. Yeah. Sure I don't miss any on this side.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie,
Oh
a necklace,
no!
even a makeup box.
Oh no, Paimon! No!
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but
Oh no,
why
Paimon!
are all these cute
Oh
things
no!
labeled with different... Huh?
Oh!
You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
Oh, precious baby, no!
And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means...
Oh! That's no good. Oh, Paimon, my sweet, sweet innocent child.
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here. And it's full of water. That means
Okie dokie.
this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient.
Yeah!
If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Well, my plan is, when I've done the Archon quests, which hopefully will be before the end of this weekend and before I get back to work, and go back to, 11 o'clock, 2, maybe 3 hours of streaming, I will probably be doing a fair few... I might be going back to doing variety streaming, so other games, obviously. But I will definitely be doing, in between finishing Fontaine and doing Natlan, I'll definitely be doing character story quests, which I got a fair few saved up. I pretty much got all the characters from Sumeru saved up. So I'm definitely getting around to doing all the character stories in order, pretty much. Probably, yes. Something like that, yeah. Like, whatever I'm working on that day with the resin, and whatever I'm doing with the weekly farms. I don't know if that's good. I don't know what people want to see from me. I don't know what people want to have me watch, because obviously playing the Archon quests tend to be a lot of story, don't they? They tend to be a lot of talking and a lot less action than normal gameplay, you know? But again, I don't know. I don't know what people want. I could maybe even do it as a I don't know. Like, because obviously my issue is I have a job. The only reason I've been streaming so much lately is because my job is on holiday. So I have the time to do a bit more. When I get back onto work, I'll be doing 11 o'clock streams that at 11 o'clock my time, by the way. 11 o'clock stream my times. And yeah, so I'm I just need to hurry up and make this my actual job, because then I can do so much more, you know? Like, I really want this to work, because yeah, 11 o'clock start, so basically half an hour ago. Because that's my job is 2 till 10 in the afternoon. So oh yeah, 11 end. No, it'll be basically 11 o'clock and at minimum 2 hours. Because obviously I need some sleep. 3 hours if I can make it. Yeah. So for you it's probably not that bad. It's kind of why like I said, I've got an afternoon job, so I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. I get to work around about 2 o'clock, and then come back on at 10, so 11 o'clock is pretty much when I stream. And before this 2-week holiday, I wasn't very consistent with it. I could do a bit better on being consistent, so now that I've got into the routine of it, I can do it more. Yeah, I'm definitely not a morning person. I hate waking up early. So, afternoon is always best for me. And even if I wasn't doing my job, and I was doing this as a job, I'd probably still stick with the current routine anyway, because it just works for me.
Callus.
And that's kind of what I've been practicing to do during this holiday anyway. I'm still getting up at 10, I'm just not going to work, so, you know.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to
it's never very cold. My only issue is I prefer the cold to the heat. So working from the middle of the day to the afternoon is basically start off with as much heat as possible and then slowly get cooler, hopefully. So, you know.
I concur. Let's send someone to... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all just so evil. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But, yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we
I mean, I'm a sawyer, so I just cut a bunch of plastic stuff up into smaller pieces. So the hardest bit of my job is moving stuff around, which can be very heavy sometimes.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Right, which ones have we done? Did we not examine the pool? Yeah, we've done with them. We got them all? I missing here? Am I done? Obviously not. Get that one done.
You take that side and Paimon...
Okay, what the hell?
Ugh. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Yeah, whenever I get offered to do overtime on the weekends, it's almost always got to be Sunday, because I can't do because overtime on the weekends is only in the morning. So going to work, coming home from work at 8, which is we actually have an earlier day off on Fridays, so we come home 8 and then have to go get up for 6 o'clock in the morning, which is bad enough for me in the first place. I can't do that. I can just do it on Saturday as long as I make sure to go home early, go to bed early, but I can't do it on Sunday. I can't do it on Saturday. It's just impossible. Sunday is just barely able to do it.
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see.
Honestly, I get paid so well that I don't really need to do overtime, but I probably should if I want to actually move out of this goddamn house.
Then you found her. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story.
Ooh, Luft. Nah, I can't read that.
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was... Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Vinier's grown son?
Holy shit.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
My problem with overtime is I don't get offered it because I do my job so well there's nothing left to do on the weekends. But that's just me. Fucking hell, this is going all sorts of places.
Do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you...
I've merely...
I was waiting.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette.
Isn't that always the way, though?
Given their confidence,
It's either
I
really
expect
easy with
they
nothing left to
found
do,
the
or
crucial
just go, go, go,
evidence.
go, go, go. Do this, do that. We're all backed up. It's not your fault, but you've got to hurry up and do it anyway. Right.
But the truth of it, Marcel,
Hey, he talks
is that
once.
you've always been Vacher.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you.
Yeah.
You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense.
Yes.
Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Yeah.
Your determination.
Well, she uses cannons, doesn't she? So it would just be one big bang
Mr.
and then
Marcel,
boom.
please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
I mean, you can snipe with a cannon if you're good enough.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
Oh yeah, the umbrella.
Attention to you.
Yeah.
What for?
Gunbrella.
Paid
The
attention
gunbrella.
to
That's
me?
what it is. The
Never
gunbrella.
empathized with my pain. ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes. No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people.
He's not lying.
Vignier is dead.
He's not
We
lying.
promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
Oh no, he's gonna drink.
But I'm not from this blasted place.
Oh.
So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
I thought he was gonna drink it right there, but no.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
But don't drink anything.
Touch me. Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignier. A promise. We made a promise. Vignier, please, Vignier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that,
Oh,
I'm
never
actually feeling
change, my
pretty
friend.
good.
Never change.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
I'm honestly loving this. I'm loving it, man.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher,
Vacher.
and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life.
Like, is every
To
act
cover
going
his
to be about a
tracks,
case,
he
or
invented the new
is it just the
alias
first
of
two?
Marcel, and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Ah, okay.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected,
He has such
was
pretty
able to
eyes,
turn
doesn't he?
Callus into the murder suspect
Like,
by dissolving
just
the assassin who
astonishingly
sent
pretty
the scene.
eyes.
And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case.
Charlotte
with
is
the
going to be
truth
really
revealed
happy
to
with
all.
us.
The oratrice will
Why
now
is a
deliver
child
the final
there?
verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Why is a child in court for a murder investigation? What the hell? That child should not be there.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vacher is Guilty.
Yes. Get done in, son.
Guards, take Vache away.
Vache away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
This place is fucking crazy. Fontaine is goddamn crazy. What the hell is wrong with this place? I love it, but I would hate to live here.
Huh? Are you okay?
She finally did it. Great.
Mademoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Okay, now what? Right, like, now what? We've concluded this. These first two acts are one story that is now over and concluded. Right? As far as we know, there's no one else involved with this situation. We're done. We're complete. So are the next acts just not going to be connected to this shit? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
And I haven't even not...
See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well, now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama?
And I haven't even not reputation
The villain
yet,
has
so...
been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Love you, child.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
You're not a side character,
This has
child.
always been the
You have your own story, apparently.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr.
Oh, we didn't get the cool
Tartaglia
scene this time?
is guilty.
Huh?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Alright,
Huh?
it's child.
This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I'm guessing
I
that
mean,
the
have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general
he's not wrong.
principle?
Child is probably guilty of a lot of
Weren't
shit.
the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the...
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Okay. Obviously, don't spoil it for me. But I'm going to be guessing
So
that
this
the
is how justice is done in Fontaine. What
is a
joke.
person, not a machine. Alright? I'm betting.
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
He's so cool.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court
Holy shit!
must be upheld.
Holy shit! Nouvellette is a badass. Holy crap. That was so cool.
Hey, Monsieur Nouvellette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared?
Yeah, I bet the Oratrice is like a person, not a
This
machine.
is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I'm guessing that the Oratrice has some information that we don't
I had
at this
nothing
point.
to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
Because it can't be just a machine. It's never just a machine, is it? It's always some forgotten child or mystic creature or the Gnosis, for fuck's sake. It could just be powered by the Gnosis. But I reckon it's a person. Because it has to be. It's never just a machine. It would be so ridiculous for it to be just a machine. Because that's the way these games work. That's the way these stories work. I reckon there is a person controlling it. There might not be a person in there all the time. I just don't see it being just a machine, you know?
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
See, now that's another doubt I'm having. Is this even... Is Farina even the Hydro Archon? Because she doesn't seem like the Archon. She seems like someone who's very good at pretending to be the Archon, but isn't actually the Archon. Like, it's insane. She's so weird. Like, she doesn't seem like obviously, Nahida was, like, very, calm and, unsure of herself because she's a new Archon, relatively, and she's had no experience. But she doesn't seem like someone who's been an Archon for fucking 500 years. She just doesn't seem like the Archon, you know?
Yeah, so are the
I don't
verdicts
know.
reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
I don't think she's the actual Archon. I think the Archon is in the Oratrice.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the
Wow, she's
judgment
really
could
high
be
up in that chair.
mistaken, or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement,
What the hell?
was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
Nouvellette is Nouvellette. I think he is what he is. He is the Lord Justice. He is the King of Law at the point, and he is just as... He fulfills that role. He doesn't know any more than he knows. I think Nouvellette is just Nouvellette. He's just the cool guy with the
And,
cool shit.
of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment. If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
Like, she seems like more of an actor than anything.
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Like, she just seems like someone who's playing the role and, like, really hamming it up in an
Now,
extraordinary
having
way.
said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave.
Like, yeah, you're right. The VA is obviously doing a very good job at talking as someone who is a bad actor. A really, not terrible actor, but a bad actor.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we
Maybe
shouldn't put
Nouvellette
much
has a
stock
bit
into
more
what she
intelligence
just
to what's
said?
actually going on. But again, I reckon...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison some.
Yeah, I mean, again, he might not be guilty of the disappearances case, but he's definitely guilty of some shit. So I reckon the Hydro Archon is in the machine, and she knows more than she's letting on via that. So I don't know. I'm very excited to find out. Yeah, no, the voice acting is absolutely brilliant in this game. And it's just gotten better over time, for sure. It's just a shame they won't let the Traveler talk. Is it?
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name. So...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life.
I mean, he did just drink
You
a
can do
lot of
whatever
the
you want to
primordial
me
water,
afterwards.
so
I
he
don't
should be able to
care.
do it.
What?
If we
Give it
are
inch
right
and you
about
wanna
it
take
giving
a
you
mile?
extra
Do you think
sensitivity.
serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees.
This request.
Of course! Wait, no.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
I'm sorry, humans?
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor.
Hey,
fear
Sammy.
that-
I will go with him.
Ow, 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 ow,
You
ow.
do not need to worry about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got vision. Vision owners are badasses.
Keep up.
Good.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a
See?
lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, and that...
Vacher.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vacher!
Vacher? Vacher.
I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey!
Yeah, I think it was really. I think there was an issue with my ISP last night.
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vacher! Vinier!
Even after I finished the stream, I was still having trouble watching stuff on my end. So I reckon it was just, I don't know, the internet in my area.
You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else matters.
8 more followers. And we're going to work on them normally. We ain't going to be doing any tricks. We're just going to get them naturally, alright?
Like this.
Even if I do get 50 followers before the end of the weekend, I still need to get my average viewers up, because I'm currently at 2.7. So I need to get it up in the last 30 days to 3.
If you ask me.
So even if I do get 50, I probably won't get...
If not for you,
yeah.
I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts.
Yeah, just stop there, alright? It was a nice little fun joke, pretty much, but... You know, also, I'm telling you right now, if that fucks me up, I'm coming for you. I will come over to Greece, and I will punch you in the face, alright? If that fucks with my affiliate, I'm coming to get you. In Minecraft.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vignier.
Oh, shit.
The sacrifices.
That's so cool.
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea.
That's awesome.
Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea.
I get that now. I get that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. Hands up, I apologize. I'm very sorry for that.
The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her
I mean, there is a
avoiding you.
there is a donation link in my front page now, so go straight to my PayPal.
Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did?
The last thing the Oceanid saw before dying and dissolving was him. God damn.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Holy shit, this is awesome. Oh.
No. Yeah. She can't hate me.
I hope it doesn't, but,
please,
you know.
have mercy.
Because obviously I didn't do it. If they look at the accounts, they'll link it back to you anyway, and it won't be me.
When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final
Oh yeah, definitely.
of pity for you.
So, yeah, hopefully it won't.
She said that because she
But on the off chance it does.
that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Oh, that's badass.
Vache. Vache? Vache. 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 Vache.
How many has it been?
Drown.
Died of massive crime.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
partner.
Oh
I
yeah,
knew
it's definitely
something
worthwhile.
great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia!
Oh yeah, I definitely want to earn it legit, but you know, a little push can be helpful sometimes.
Now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson
Oh yeah,
and the
definitely.
courts in Sen.
Like
Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized
it's like
a memorial
dead
for my
subscribers
father.
on YouTube.
We never held a
Dead
memorial
subscribers
when
on
he first
YouTube are
died,
like it can
since
kill a
everyone
channel.
knew that
If
even
you've got
we
like a
held
bunch of
one
subscribers
back
that aren't
then,
actually doing anything,
no one was going to come.
yeah, it's bad.
This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely
Like when I first
now.
started doing YouTube, I asked a bunch of my friends to subscribe to my channel, and obviously none of them actually watched my stuff. So I had about 50 or so people who all watched my channel, who all subscribed to my channel, but wasn't doing anything. Yeah, well, you know, it's not, I don't think it's necessarily as bad on Twitch as it is on YouTube, but it's still preferable to, you know, not have that. Because yeah, I mean, most people, I think I looked at the stats, and not many people actually get all their followers, even close to like 50% of all their followers actually watch their streams. They just follow them and go like, I'll watch that one, I'll watch that one. So yeah, dead followers is not nearly as big of a problem as dead subscribers. Because obviously Twitch is a whole different beast. But there's a few things that work the same, you know? What's your clip up to anyway? Tell you what, when I finally hit affiliate and I can have subscribers, I'll gift you a subscriber, yeah? Is that fair?
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service.
I've only had a person raid me once, and that was with like 2 viewers.
Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula,
well,
she was all over me.
That is a
Took me
concern
out
for me
an
right now.
answer.
Because apart from Zampagura, you, Ethan, Midna, and even Yomiya have all come here because I was playing Genshin, right? And I'm very, 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 very worried that when I stop playing Genshin and start going on Variety again, that y'all are going to disappear and never talk to me again. So now I'm sure that won't exactly be the case, and that I'm entertaining enough as a person that you will come back and, you know, hang out a couple of times. But, you know, we'll see. Like I said, variety. I do play a lot of RPGs. I do play a lot of action games. So, if you like Genshin, you'll probably like most of the stuff I play. But yeah, I hope that me as a person, as the streamer, is entertaining enough. Yeah.
I believe the story was called
But yeah,
The
I hope to
True
do
Heart of Darkness.
yeah.
Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since.
She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been
Good.
super
I'm glad I'm not a dud.
interested in that case, so now her wishes finally come true too.
What counts as a dud, anyway?
Anyway, I told her
'Cause
to
I'd
make
like
sure
to
that
do
when
the opposite
she
of
writes
that.
about you guys entering
You
the
know?
opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Ah, nice.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vashay's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf.
Okay, that's good.
It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
I mean, I could be really stupid
great.
sometimes.
Paimon also thought Clarand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always...
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
What are you doing?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him
Why didn't that pop
to
up?
this day.
Is that gonna pop up?
That includes me, too.
Yeah,
Miss
man.
Navia.
Indeed.
Ah, the chat is balked. Yes, well, I'm trying to work on that. If I can at least,
We also
you know.
think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson
I'm not gonna lie.
before dark.
A lot of my
You're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
frequency issues generally come down to a lack of confidence in doing a stream. In that sometimes I just be like, ugh,
This is where my
I just don't have the not that it's not drive. I want to stream. I do want to stream.
perfectly
I just
honest,
feel like
Even
it
I
wouldn't
haven't been
matter.
back here for
So honestly,
long
everyone
time.
hanging out,
Huh?
being a lot
There's
here,
someone there already.
has greatly helped with my confidence. So thank you for that.
That figure. It can't...
You know.
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here?
So yeah, thank you
Huh?
to all the people who have been starting watching me these last few weeks, because it has helped greatly with my confidence for both streaming in general and
My
talking
apologies.
on stream.
I should have asked before
It's
coming
helped
to
me out
pay
a
my
lot.
Respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize.
Yeah, it will definitely
I wanted
help.
to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
They probably are usable. Someone's
You
probably put them
really
in
could use
somewhere,
some
right?
pointers on
There's enough
understanding
Genshin
human
streamers out there
emotions,
that they've
Mr.
probably
Nervalette.
either made their own versions
any
of them or
Why did
had
you
them
come to
imported over
Busan?
somehow.
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head.
Yeah, that's true.
Just what is... There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable
One step at
of
a time,
resisting the
maybe,
most
you know?
basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter.
Yeah, when I checked out your
His
channel, I was like, oh
associates,
man, he hasn't done anything
for
in
many people
ages.
completely unrelated.
What the
to
hell?
him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did
They
it
should.
all
Yes.
for the sake of justice.
It should be set to do that.
Justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things.
I'm loving this backstory, by the way. Him having a whole character arc throughout this is great.
Your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver.
Oh, that makes sense.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Now kiss.
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to be streaming every day. You just need to be streaming regularly. You know, on a... generally, helpfully, on a, you know, schedule.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there? Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so...
Goals?
Why don't we go talk to him for a bit?
What do you mean by goals?
If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
I thought you didn't have anything to donate, Zampe. Ah, okay. So you're not actually just... You're not trying to... Yeah.
Paimon's really sorry, Navia, but Paimon did something pretty disrespectful.
You don't actually have to. Come on.
What
Save
are
your
you
money,
saying,
man. You need it.
Paimon?
You're
I don't think I get
You're a
it.
child. You need your money.
Aren't you not
Huh?
Spend money on what you need, not me.
Who told you that?
Hey, traveler! Why did you...
Oh, I love messing with Paimon.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see. Then is there...
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free.
I should definitely get the,
Though outsiders, you helped us solve
Discord
one of the
sorted out,
greatest
that's for
mysteries
sure.
in Fontaine. And it would
Set
be
up
my
a
pleasure to return
channels
the
for
favor.
everyone and all that stuff. Alright.
So, at court, the
Yeah, this is
bad guys
acting
referred
very
to
much
that
like the
special
end of the
water
story,
as
even though I know
water
there's
from
3
the
more acts to go.
primordial sea. But what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
Even though I had time off this week,
Most of Tivat's life
this
forms were first
last 2
born
weeks,
in that
I have
special
had
sea.
very busy days still.
You could say it nurtured much
because
of the life
all
on
sorts
this
of shit have been happening. My sister decided to go into
So it
labor
really was
right before
where
my holiday
everything
and have
began.
twins.
It makes
So
sense to
we've been
call it
handling that shit for a
primordial
while.
But today, the primordial sea
But
no
yeah.
longer exists on the planet's surface. What
I should
Vacher
have some time this
discovered must have
weekend
been
to
some
work
kind
on
of
stuff.
Special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. there must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about? That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon?
It should be set up. I might not have done it properly.
This is the first time
I'm
that
an
we've
idiot.
ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The
I did
rising
set it to
sea
pounds,
levels
so that might
and
be
the
why.
ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further
Yeah, give me all the
signs.
pounds you got, man. Give me all the
Speaking
pounds.
of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps...
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However,
Let me have a look at my,
I still
stream
believe the
labs.
judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
Don't donate
For
any
many
money.
years,
I told you.
have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Linny told us that he heard a human voice
There's
from
a
the
person
room
in
where
there.
the Oratrice's core is stored,
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information.
Yeah, tipping's also up.
Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not...
if you ask Paimon, the only compensation...
Is there anything else?
Yeah, I reckon that the Hydro Archon is inside the machine, and
Your sibling?
Fulani is not
Another
the real
blonde-haired
Archon.
traveler.
She is a stand-in.
I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epiclese. Is there anything else? Very well. It was my honor to
No
provide
one
you
ever
with
has
what
any
answers I
information about
could.
our sister.
I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects.
I can't believe she said that in the full accent. I love it.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must
Dying
work
Sleth?
around the clock as well.
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Finally.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now.
Upgrades!
Go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine.
Nope, that's not it. Ooh, okay. World crests. Bandabby Dozy. Act 3 next. Upgrade Hydro Repair. That is quite cool.
Nadia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
go. And that's... That's not a spoiler, don't worry. I know what you mean. That's the 4.0 content. Because obviously the next act wouldn't be in 4.0. That's fine. I like to pontificate on you know, what is going on. You know, I like to theorize and you know, I like to theorize, I like to talk about it, I have an idea because I like to figure stuff out, and most of the time I'm almost correct. This will unlock commissions in Fontaine, as is the standard. Oh yeah, I didn't finish them. I should finish them. Fontaine. No, we're staying with Inazuma until I can get the last few quests unlocked. Because they're stupid. Yes, I have a beard. I don't know why it won't let you donate. I don't want you to donate anyway. You don't have to donate. I don't know the story. I'm guessing. Based on logic and a massive amount of intelligence. Alright? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm often not. And on to the other side. Let's get some reputation points. Why is it not letting you? What's it saying when you try and donate? Because it should be set up. I can't see anything that would make it not be set up. In fact, it's set up to literally 2 separate fucking PayPal accounts right now. Error, donation failed. Come on. Oh my god, I can't be the Steam Bird. It's the Reputation Guild. Ha! That's brilliant. Steak tartare. Alright, let's go. It's the place for the nearest... No, it isn't. Why am I there? Fucking that one. Why would you go to that one? Right. God damn it. I hate selecting stuff. Then stop trying! Alright, where is steak tartare then? Steak tartare. Ah, yes, I do have Adeptus' Temptation. I can make a bunch of it. Nice. Cool. Oh, I know what steak tartare is. I just want to see what it looks like in here. Steak tartare. Ah, there it is. Yeah, it's not bad. I can make some. Anyway, let's make some Adeptus' Temptation. Didn't realize I had a bunch of shit saved up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey. Ooh, 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 hey. Yeah, I need more crab. Ooh, bonus. Ooh. This is what you come for, the cooking stream. Oop, went too far. Ooh, we've ran out of hum. We need to make more ham. Ooh, I need more salt. Alright, we'll come back to that later. Salt is easy to get. Right, so we have a bunch of that now for upgrades. We got a fancy... Wow, we got mostly a fancy one. Wow, that's... Huh. Yeah, that's a major upgrade. 12%, and then... Yeah, much better. I mean, fishing in this. It's a very basic fishing system. Not the most exhilarating fishing minigame, but something to do. It's quite relaxing. Quite you know, it is. I need to get back to doing some fishing at some point. I'll probably do it when I sorted out everything else. But yeah, I like going around and trying to collect all the stuff.
Oh,
you mean the
handy bookmark?
Let's see who's got luxurious Sea Lord right now. I think that was from fishing. I think it was, anyway. I know that Sumeru has another fishing bow. That's interesting, I think. Yeah. Where is it? In there. Yeah, go there. No, that one. Are you sure that's not from fishing? Where the hell did I get it then? Where did I get the luxurious Sea Lord? 2 key items, go ahead. Inazuma the Catch. Event. Yeah, because you when you were talking with Midna earlier about, well, not Midna, Yomiya, about a lot of stuff. You were talking about the catch. Like pre-catch, like how if it's some sort of like yeah. So yeah, I need to get some more for this one. Yeah, I need to do a bunch of Sumeru fishing. I've only done some fishing for that one treasure quest, so I need to catch a bunch of these guys. But I made a bunch of, you know. So the pipe. Is he on the map? Is he on the map? Where's the fish vendor in Fontaine? I do not have an Instagram, no. I mean, I have an account, but I don't upload anything to it. Oh, there he is. Got him. Wow, that's really annoyingly far away. Found him. We'll take the boat and then drop off. Yoo-hoo! We would like a ride. Aquabus. Come on, you freaky little thing. Drive. Ha! That was quick. I like that. I want to go there. Why can't the vendor ever be just right there?
I am Elfan.
Don't care.
The boat will be departing immediately. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so.
So catch is only during an event, though.
Also, please remember to buy the Steambird. Oh, I don't need it myself. The destination.
Because when I did fishing, the only fishing I ever did was in
points of interest where visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epicurus.
Mondstadt and Liyue. I have done no fishing in
Look to the left in the
Inazuma.
direction we are currently traveling.
Oh, okay.
You will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky.
Missed it.
An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
Oh shit! Missed. Oh, I missed a bit. Huh. That looks cool. Increases elemental skill crit rate by 8%. That is fucking amazing. That's really good. Oh, you said okay. Yeah, that's where I got it. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, that's reminded me. Yeah, I got that now. Yeah, that makes sense. So get some sour bait. That is a really cool weapon. All right, let's go to Inazuma. Oh, this one's right by the fucking teleport point. Why can't the other ones be? Gotta go fucking traveling for that shit. Ah, that one. Okay, I don't have far to go. I did do some fishing in Inazuma then, it seems. Alright. Ah. And I'm guessing that's what I need to use to build that one up. Okay. Do I have the rod? No, I don't have it even close to the rod. But the catch point. Oh, wow. Elemental burst damage by 60% and elemental burst crit damage rate by 6%. Holy shit. Can you get more than one? You can't, can you? No, I haven't got them enabled. You can send it to my Discord if you want. Message me on Discord. I do use Yangling. I do. I have Zhangling fully upgraded from a while ago. Yeah. I need to work on her, The link's on the page. It's on the page. I don't have much stuff set up, so you're gonna have to tell me about this stuff. Why are you using commands that I haven't got enabled? I don't even know how that's supposed to work. Someone was talking about lurking at some point, and I don't know how that works either. So, hang on, let me... Where's my Discord? Actually, I don't have it on Discord. I have... Do I have my account on Discord? Okay, hang on. Oh, I'm a mess. I'm just the worst streamer in the world. I thought I put it on the front. Oh, no. That's my Twitter is on the front, not Discord. Hang on a second. I can link stuff, so I will link you my Discord name. I think I can do that. Do I have it correctly? Da 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 dee, doo dee 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 da. Where is my account? I think that's it. Yeah, Dits1216 is my account thing. I don't know how to... Cool, that worked. Alright. Yay. Alright. Hello, Lena. How are you doing? How are you doing? You've come right as we're starting to wind down. But thank you anyway. I'm good. Like I said, we're just starting to wind down, having a little bit of last discussion before I can make it to 4 hours, and yeah.
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper.
There we go. There we go. Good. Your account? What do you mean?
You can make an attractive and handy bookmark.
I'm not exactly someone to review accounts, man. I barely know what I'm doing half the time. Wow, that is bloody interesting, that. I don't know what you're really talking about, to be honest. I'm not the most knowledgeable about Genshin at the moment anyway. I've still got a lot to catch up on. So, whatever you mean by reviewing...
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
What Midna said. Okay, so I guess I'll be doing some fishing in between these then. I need to get... So I got that. So I need to get all of those. Thank you. Like when you and when you Nahomia were talking earlier about all your characters and stats, I was mostly lost for that stuff. Some bits I understood and understand as a reference, but yeah, I was mostly lost when you were talking earlier. So, yeah. Alright. So I'll be working to get that. I don't need that much, but that's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot, isn't it? Yeah, we'll work on it. Have we got... Yeah, it won't take a lot. I can be very relaxed doing fishing as well. What's crafting? Crafting. Oh, hang on. Sour bait and flashing maintenance mech bait. Very interesting. Yeah. I don't have any red bait. I need to make a... Wow. I need to find a bunch of Denobium, I think. Yeah, I got a lot of I got a lot of Shigaju. I did have a bunch marked up in certain places. I just haven't done any proper ones in Nazuma, so I need to work on that. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up. But yeah, Awesome sauce. I think I am going to call it here now. I'm not going to ramble on just to get hit for 4 hours. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Like I said, I am very thankful for everyone who has been turning up in the last few weeks or so. Like I said, it's made it much easier to be more talkative and to be more regular as well, and more confident in
if you press
streaming.
a leaf between
So thank
dry
you for that.
sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy
Thank you for watching.
bookmark.
Please like and subscribe if you think I deserve it, and if you think I don't, then please comment on how I can do better, because I